discussion. I'd like to clarify position if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to need the screen share. Is that all right?
I'll have to press a few buttons in between, but yeah, give me a few seconds and I'll see if I can sort that out.
Go ahead. Just let me know.
A couple more seconds and I'm there.
That's fine. Take your time.
Okay, you're up. We're ready.
Yeah, so I just wanted to clarify my position. I did it like 185 times, but I figured confidence is not high, but I'd figure I'd try one more time. Newton train wreck. Now, first of all, like I said, I don't ascribe gravity to Newton because he didn't want to describe to him, so I'm not going to do that to him. So is that clear? Any questions with that one?
No, go ahead, John.
Okay. So now on to the rest of the Newtonian train wreck. So I'm going to go through this real slow. It's going to be short, so just don't worry. Just be patient. Okay. From the chair of physics at Yale, the laws of physics are always quantum mechanical laws. You don't have separate laws for big and small things. Let me do that one more time. The laws of physics are always quantum mechanical laws. You don't have separate laws for big and small things. So, from Richard Feynman, the discovery of quantum mechanics first, and then in the behavior of light, and then in the behavior of matter, finally culminating in 1926 with a full equation of quantum mechanics, which told us that the laws of motion of Newton were not right. Let me say that again. The discovery of quantum mechanics first, and then in the behavior of light, and then in the behavior of matter, finally culminating in 1926 with a full equation of quantum mechanics, which told us that the laws of motion of Newton were not right. From the chair of physics at Yale. All right, so today we're going to shoot down Newtonian mechanics and Maxwell's theory. We're like the press. We build somebody up only to destroy them. Chair of physics at Yale. First, I want to tell you what goes wrong with Newtonian mechanics. The double slit experiment is a problem. That's what puts the nail in the coffin for Newtonian physics. Now, but this is an important point. You see all the citations that I just gave you, right? At this second, these are merely baseless assertions. Yes, they're by noted scientists, actual scientists, but for right now, these are just baseless assertions. Everyone understand that? Here comes the cowbell. All citations need cowbell to support them. So we have a double slit experiment with a Newtonian particle and electron. We close one slit and fire a bevy of electrons and we get 10 hits at point A. We close that slit and open up the other slit and fire a bevy of electrons and we get 8 hits at point A. The Newtonian prediction would be if we fired the same bevy of electrons with both slits open, we must get 18 hits at point A. What do we get? We get a big fat 0. What does that mean? From the professor of physics at Yale, that is the end of Newtonian physics. So, in summary, in relation to Newtonian, that is classical mechanics, what does shoot down, the nail in the coffin, destroy, that is the end of, and the laws of motion of Newton were not right mean? What is particularly confusing about this? Have a nice day. Sorry for the cynical, sarcastic nature. I'm just sick of it. Any questions?
Yeah, I'm good.
I brought this up with ballers, and they basically said when Feynman says that Newton's laws of motion were wrong, what they
I can't. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
defined, but not quite right, and it was refined. Where have we seen that behaviour, that Weasley words behaviour before?
He weasel words all the time. You have to be more specific.
I couldn't hear him. He was chopping up for me.
Yeah, he was chopping up for us too.
Oh, doesn't matter. Maybe I'm in a bad signal area.
So is
It's
my
okay, doesn't
position clear? Any questions on my position? Arwen, do you have any questions on my position? Any questions on my position from the panel or from the audience? If you do, have somebody drop, have them come on in and we'll talk.
John, can you summarize in one paragraph your position once more, please?
Get stuffed.
Newton, nonsense. Quantum mechanics, A-OK.
Hey,
Maybe that was too concise. A lot of muttering and mumbling from the panel. What's going on? Hey, Nathan Thompson.
Anthony, any
Can you hear us?
questions on my position here?
Got a new guest, John. Sorry to interrupt. Hey, Nathan Thompson.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, guys. Hey, I just joined a few minutes ago. Could you summarize what John was saying for everyone, Nathan, real quick? Sorry, guys. Just joined.
Yeah, all of the laws of nature are quantum mechanical laws. Simple.
Cool. Thanks, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan, am I still on your Christmas card list?
Of course.
You're invited. You're invited to my birthday
Nah.
party, John.
Nah, the other Nathan. Am I still on there, man, or did you kick me off?
Yeah, you're invited to my birthday party, John.
All right, cool. Thanks. Sorry to ruin the mood.
What's going on, Nathan? Didn't ruin any mood, John. You good? Somebody told you to be.
All right, so to pick things up, what's the speed of dark?
Funny.
The opposite of speed of light.
Hey, I got a question, panel, since it's kind of quiet. Does anyone think that darkness is not just the absence of light?
Does anybody think darkness is not just the absence of light? Was that the question?
Yes, like an actual substance.
I don't think that, no.
Heard of that? Why would you pose that as a question? Let's just say I said, yeah, I think that darkness is the darkness of light, or the absence of light. What would you say?
I was just curious because in the beginning it said that God separated the darkness from the light, and I've been talking a lot with Cammie from Glowbusters, and she thinks that darkness and cold are actually their own entities, like similar to how the moon is giving a cold light. Is cold and dark are not just the absence of light and not just the absence of heat. It's just something I'm pondering. That's all. I just wanted to bring it to the panel's attention.
Hey, Anthony, you want to join in on? You want me to pull him on Skype because he's chopping?
Just wait a minute, John. You'll have to bear with me.
It's his connection. He's out mobile, so it's nothing I can do with Skype, I don't think. Skype would probably make matters worse, if anything.
Oh, okay.
I've got a
That's an
question.
interesting question you had there, Nathan. Not you, Nathan, the other
know.
Nathan. Can we have different Nathans?
Thompson and Oakley from now on.
You can call me
Oakley and Thompson. That's the easiest way.
Nah, I'm not calling you Oakley.
Oh, right. Something wrong with my family name. I'm stepping
No,
all
there's
over
nothing
you,
wrong with
Nathan,
Oakley.
sorry.
I just find it in poor taste.
Fair enough.
I could the USA, Nathan.
I think we can
We
contextually
can have that
figure it out.
discussion of define darkness.
Absence of light.
So it's the absence of light. Is that what the definition is?
So now I'll look it up. Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah, well, if darkness is just the absence of light, then why would God separate light from the dark?
That seems like a pretty useful thing to do, just from a practical point of view. That would be my answer.
What does the word separate mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's just also because we always get from the ballers, oh,
Divinity.
you can't have a cold light because like they believe in fake science and stuff. But what I'm saying is maybe cold is actually a thing. It's just something I'm thinking about, throwing it out there.
A separation could mean divinity.
You could introduce a local light, and the area where it's shining is no more darkness, but the area outside is still dark. Is that the separation you're looking for?
Was this a joke, John, when you asked what was the speed of dark?
Yeah, sort of.
I've got the Hebrew definition of separate. I can look at the Hebrew definition of dark if you want me to. You guys want me to read it?
Yeah.
If you guys can hear me.
Yeah,
The Hebrew is the Babal. I think that's how you say it. Is Babal in English. I'm probably mispronouncing it. But it says to divide or separate. To divide, separate, serve, something like that. To separate, set apart,
Sever.
to make a distinction, difference, to divide into parts. What did somebody say?
It's pronounced cabal.
You said kabah? Baba, I thought it was babal, something like that.
With a B. I think you're trying to say
Cabal.
sever, right? Not server.
Yeah, so when water and oil separate out, they're two different things. Water isn't just simply the absence of oil. So I just think it might be similar. That's all I'm saying to the panel.
Well, the lost are in outer darkness, it says, so there's a clue.
Well, as soon as light was created, that shows a distinction. So I guess it's just separating the two, saying there's a distinction between what darkness is and what light is. So you could go from that angle.
Is that the end? Can I change the subject?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted
What do you got?
to, before John came, I was asking you about the previous question, which was...
Sorry about that.
No, that was good, John. I just want to go back to it because it had something to do with the word interference. Who was that guy that asked that?
You'll have to carry on regardless. It seems nobody knows who you're
All
talking
right,
about.
so I think the subject was the gyro and the light gyro, the ring laser, whatever gyro, causing the interference. And I remember vividly the Glowbuster show where you were on and asking specific questions about that the interference was caused by the light, and they were trying to say the Earth moving.
Yeah, have you got a good understanding of the Saniac effect? What's actually happening?
Yeah, I mean the word I wanted to specify was interference. What's causing the interference? So it's either the Earth moving causing interference or the light within the mechanical gyro
I see.
that's moving.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. In terms of what the gyro does, do I have a great understanding of it? Not really, if I'm honest. But I don't need to. You know, what it's doing is kind of irrelevant. The assertion that it proves the two reference frames is all I care about. Who cares what it does?
But that's
Sorry
my
to
point.
step all over you, but
Okay.
exactly.
That's exactly my point, because when you said, oh, then we should be observing airplanes going to their destinations quicker one direction versus another if the second reference point was moving. So obviously the interference wasn't because the Earth was moving, it was something within the gyro with the light. Man caused.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, no, I mean, it would have to be, because if the gyro proves the Earth is moving, then airplanes should reach their destination quicker. Second reference point.
Exactly. Yeah. Providing it's a demonstration, according to them, of two separate reference frames, then we would observe two reference frames. It's just as simple as that.
That's it. That's it. So whatever was the movement, it wasn't the Earth, because we don't see it anywhere else.
Yeah, Nathan, would you agree that there's no way to manipulate the cause of the effect there, but we at least on flat Earth have a natural occurring phenomenon? The sky, lights in the sky rotate 15 degrees.
Absolutely. You could attribute that step one in the scientific method if you choose to. Yeah, that's a phenomena right there. Absolutely. Something's happening. What's the cause of that phenomena? Well, you tell me.
Yeah, both sides can't manipulate the cause, but at least our side has a naturally occurring phenomenon. No one witnesses Earth rotating.
No, we win it because there's a lack of a Coriolis effect with respect to the Earth. We win.
True that. True. Good point.
That's the whole point. Not that the Coriolis effect doesn't exist. It's the lack of the Coriolis effect where it should be on a spinning Earth. There is no Coriolis effect in relation to the Earth. That last part of that statement's pretty important.
We are definitely not using the stars as a claimed phenomena, but they do. You know, astronomy, they just look at stuff and say that is X and then make up a story. But, you know, they can almost claim science because they have the first step. You know, well, good for them, you know, not really much use, but, you know, observing a phenomena doesn't make the method. That's just step one. But they would absolutely look through their telescopes, observe a phenomena, and then what do they do beyond that? Are they varying and manipulating independent variables to cause that effect? No, they just go black hole. See? There it is, picture of it.
Yep, and then call it science, right?
Yeah, science says black hole. Why? Well, because I've looked at it and I've called it that.
Owen had a good analogy. When these people talk, just picture a wizard in a sparkly robe waving a wand around.
No, what would happen is, you know, if Wiki would all of a sudden shut down, like close its doors, you wouldn't see any more baltards out here. None. And some flat earthers, but
I think John snapped the wand yesterday.
did I actually snap the wand? Or can we just think of me snapping it?
It's not literal, but you can imagine a wand being snapped.
However, you could act as there was a snapping of the wand.
So has George popped up? George Musser, not that idiot Nat Check or whatever his name is.
Where in the world is Georgie fucking Musa?
Yeah, no, so no sign of him, right?
Not that I know of, no. It's only been a day, let's be honest.
I think they're looking to hide this person under a second reference point.
I can't wait to see
way
the
too
Eric
early.
Austin experiment. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that Vanilla stepping on me again?
It was. Do you mind not talking when Chocolate talks?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Chocolate. Please forgive me, your humble excellency, your worshipfulness.
What the hell? I don't even remember what I was going to say, though.
Go ahead, John.
I forgot what I was going to say, man.
Okay, well, I'll change the subject. Want someone in the chat, Flat Sam, I think it was. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Flat Dan said, what about railguns? Now, I think railguns are interesting in relation to the Earth being flat. And
yeah, I used to have sorry for stepping on you. That used to be one of my arguments back in the day, but I stopped doing it because the ignorant baltards turned it into an indirect fire weapon, and I got tired of battling it. I just said, "Oh, heck with it. I'll just stick with the ones I got."
Hey, John, what's an indirect fire weapon?
That's just how it sounds. It's like mortars, right? You're not directly firing at the person. It's like I said,
Cannons.
mortars. M2. I don't. Somebody's talking.
Yeah, I got you. Cannons and stuff like that. Yeah, they're laser guided though.
The railgun's not laser guided.
I was going to say, no, the railgun's not laser guided,
they're
but
not?
the replacement proof, so in the info box below this video and the premiering video, if you're watching this on Nathan Oakley channel, is a link to a video that's called Science versus Pseudoscience Flat Earth Proofs. And in that, it's not the railgun that's used as the example. It's the Type 2 Sea Sparrow, and that is laser guided. There's a pencil beam that has to actually make contact with the target and stay in contact while the projectile's making its way to the target. So you have to have direct line of sight with this pencil beam laser to target the they call it painting it, I think that's the terminology. To paint the target, you have to have the target painted in order to hit it. Well, that's direct line of sight. It's not like a mortar where you're shooting blind and roughly working out where they are, or the railgun is claimed to be the same. I didn't know that actually, John, but so they claim that it's just firing over the horizon, right?
No, they claimed it was firing up to space and then coming down and killing tanks and stuff. Moronic, because the railgun, it's the impact velocity that destroys the target. But they were talking about indirect fire. We are going down all kind of different trails. I said, I'll just leave this one go.
Hey, John,
they're all got.
John, what would happen if a laser had to go through 24 miles of water to reach a 35-mile target?
That sounds like one of my arguments.
Yeah,
That's what I'm asking you.
You can't. The laser's not going to go through the water.
What would happen to it the minute it hit water? Would it change direction and go off its target?
It ain't going to get anywhere near its target, that's for sure.
If there's a wall of Earth curve covered in water between you and your target, as is asserted by fundamentalist religious zealots who believe they live on a sphere, then you wouldn't be painting the target, you'd be painting the wall between you and the target, and you'd never hit it because you'd hit the wall. There is no wall. They do absolutely paint targets at astronomical distances. Not astronomical, very big. Probably the wrong terminology there. Nevertheless, they can actually see this stuff. It's over water at great... I think it's 30 kilometers. Just huge distances.
No, it's longer than that. It's 50 kilometers, but it's longer. The actual distance is classified.
Yeah.
They won't tell us. They won't tell us the real distance.
Well, you can get a good idea if you go and watch Mark Sargent's Strange World 23 interview with a guy who was out there using this equipment, and he said a similar thing. 30 miles, I think it was, rather than 30k. Nevertheless, he's basically saying, they do go further, but we just don't get to disclose that information. But what they will say is 50k. That's what they'll disclose and is openly available as public information. Therefore, I can discuss it. But he was using these targeting systems with these lasers and describing how they worked, and confirming he was actually on the ship. He wrote Mark Sargent on the back of a napkin and showed it to the camera, just to prove it. It was really him doing it. He's not just nicked some footage from somewhere. But yeah, he was like a missile instructor. Strange World 23, full interview with a missile instructor, and there's, like I say, footage showing him doing it, pretty much.
Is it possible?
Yeah, that evolved Sea Sparrow is a shovel in the face shot to the Baltard argument. It can end right there, actually. Any of those flat Earth proofs, we can just end it right there.
Based on what they're trying to tell us about looming, there must be a looming laser gun as well.
Oh, well, they can't get around that. There is no looming the laser. No. It's got to paint the target. It's got to have a line of sight. Direct line of sight is how it works. End of story.
Yeah, there's a really good video by John, the spectrophotometrist. Talks about the Gaussian profile of lasers. Have you guys seen that one?
No, that one slipped me by. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, it's breaking down one of Mick West's alleged arguments, saying that the laser could bend around the curve of the Earth. And he talks about the Gaussian profile, how lasers, they decrease intensity on a bell curve. And so not only is the laser getting less intense as you leave the emitter, but as it bends around the Earth's curvature, that light would be dissipating from the central intense axis on a Gaussian profile or a bell curve. So not only is the laser at 10 miles, like 100,000 times less intense in the central intense axis, but then you got to work outward from the central intense axis to allegedly see the laser that you're seeing bending around the curvature. Really good video. I'm going to find it actually and post it in the chat for you guys, okay?
Cool. I hope that's a sufficient answer for Flat. Was it Flat Dan? I keep forgetting his name. I'm really sorry. Yeah, railguns.
I thought the whole point of a laser was to zero in straight on the target. I mean, I have one or two for one of my rifles.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Karen B this week, and she told me about dextro rotation and levro rotation. Is the panel all familiar with that stuff?
Nope.
Only when I have an upset stomach.
Yeah, dextro rotation is what happens when Mick West shines his laser through the sugar water. What he's doing is he's creating an artificial gradient, and according to Snell's law, it is not analogous to Earth's atmosphere. We do not live in sugar water. So if you guys look up, if anyone ever tries to use the laser and saltwater argument, just look up dextro rotation. You can actually invert the direction the laser goes by putting nicotine or fructose in the water. So it's manipulating the light. It's not like it's a false equivalence pretty much.
Yeah, it's an equivocation fallacy.
False equivocation. Yeah, dextro rotation. Check it out, guys.
Okay, now I do know what you're talking about, and I've mentioned it. I just didn't know the term off the top of my head. But yes, the sugar water bending a light through a tank, a fish tank.
Fish tank made of what?
Fish tank made of what?
Glass?
Sugar.
Was it glass?
Made of glass, yes.
Yeah. Did the glass, was the light outside the fish tank?
I think.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Yeah, so you're going to get a certain degree of refraction. Snell's law will apply just going through the glass, is what you're saying.
Well, at least with sugar water, you get a sweet target.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're hot tonight. Sorry, Nate. Sorry, Nathan. I was stepping on you. Go ahead.
No. It's just there's nothing more to say, really. It's just an equivocation fallacy on account of the fact that, as it's already been summed up by Nathan Thompson, you know, we don't live in sugar water, and the extreme gradient that you have that you're shining a laser through is not analogous to the air that we live in. It's a totally different medium. It's totally different gradient, but yeah, it supports their argument. So
It's just another sight gag parlor trick. That's all it is.
absolutely. That's all they have is parlor tricks and obfuscation tactics. They don't have winning arguments. They have tactics and tricks. And with that, I will say, if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. However, if you're watching this on Nathan Oakley 1980 Live, then a massive thank you for tuning in, smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Shout out to James Richard for smashing the super chat in the last few seconds. If you need to keep yourself occupied after the live stream is over, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley premiering stream.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!